Here in the World Championship for professional drone racing teams, the Drone Champions League, we've just passed the halfway point of the DCL Eagle Cup. It's time for race 7 with me, Matt Andrews. Last week was the first time we saw a team eliminated from the DCL Eagle Cup, and we're going to be losing another one by the end of today's racing. But who's it going to be? Take a look over on our Rebound round quarterfinals in the elimination bracket. It's China Dragons against Cyclone Racing. This is quite an unusual matchup, as it's going to start off with a 1v1. Chen Guo is a new pilot for the China Dragons, and he's up against Valprim, who helped Cyclone Racing be the reigning world champions, but 2025 hasn't got underway quite so successfully yet. Here's Valprim, though, in the lead. 1 second and a little more ahead of Chen Guo as he weaves his way around the castle, this snowboarding structure here in Lax. Chen Guo now going through the corkscrew. He's looking like a good pickup for the China Dragons. Now he's got to drop 180 degrees and now head towards the triple gates. The Orca corkscrew first. Oh, he's bounced off the first gate of it. You have to fly through the first one, then loop over the top in a corkscrew through the second before you do a hard 180 degree turn out through the third. And he's lost a lot of time now. 10 seconds behind, surely too much against a pilot with the speed of somebody like Valprim. But this is good stick time then, Chen Guo. You're going to have to treat this as a bit of practice while Valprim shows the corkscrew how it's done, and he's 2 laps in, going under the archway here to start his third of the 3 that we're going to fly. Valprim weaving Chen Guo nice and tidy out of the corkscrew, but you can see it's not as fast at any point, and that turn just delaying a little. It's nice and smooth, but it isn't quick. Still, use this as stick time. You've got to attack it and be more aggressive in future races. Valprim has extended that lead. Here he is into the triple gates, nicely flown, and as Chen Guo ties up the double earlier on in the lap, Valprim has finished, and he ends up 9 seconds ahead of Chen Guo, so a decent bit of catching up towards the end for the pilot from China Dragons. Valprim, though, clearly out in front, not troubled at any stage, and he's always so clean. This is when Chen Guo could see him earlier on, but after that crash, that's when Valprim well and truly got away. So here's the next race, and this one's a little bit one-sided, as we've got WSQ and Xiao Wen flying for the China Dragons, but Cyclone Racing are only fielding the Ice Cheetah in race number 2. I think they've got problems with some of their pilots not being available, so the Ice Cheetah, he's going to take on 2 pilots from China Dragons himself, but the Ice Cheetah has been captain of Cyclone in the past. Very experienced pilot with the years they've had in the DCL. WSQ and Xiao Wen here on their debut, though. Their first time seen in the DCL here in the Eagle Cup. WSQ just tucking in behind the Ice Cheetah. What a move that was! On the inside of the Ice Cheetah, takes the lead from him. You can see he's got a lot of confidence here. Now look at his route. Oh, the Ice Cheetah flows so beautifully around that bridge. Oh, takes the lead back from WSQ, who had to swing a little bit left. He went a bit too deep along it and then had to just turn and make the way over the top of the bridge, and in doing so lost a bit of time. So he's back behind the Ice Cheetah, half a second between them. And he's got to make an aggressive turn here, but he's hit the first gate of the Orca triple. Oh, he bounced through. It was a very quick recovery. Here he is now, but look, he's a bit shaky afterwards. And his route over the bridge, that's a better intro than last time. Oh, but a little bit hesitant on the turnout. It's not quite flowing. The crash obviously lost him a few seconds, but just little hesitations can add a few more tenths here and there. So the Ice Cheetah, after completing the 8RL double, he's now going to head down to the Orca corkscrew, which is not easy, and WSQ trying to pursue him into it now. That was aggressive. This is fast, aggressive flying from WSQ. He's got real attack in moments like that. Very, very good. Now we've got Xiao Yun just coming in, who's going to come in third, but it's an unusual position as it's 4 points to 5. The Ice Cheetah wins. Actually, China Dragons with 2 pilots are naturally going to outscore him in race 2. Let's take another look at WSQ's move in. That's so good on that first gate. That's where he took the lead. Unfortunately, on the second lead, that's where he lost the chase. Really smart flying though in places, just thread all that together, and he's real promise there for the China Dragons. Now, here's a promising pilot as well. Zapita is joining the team for the big heat, and it's just 4 versus 2, and Zapita has been in the Drone Champions League last year, the only one of these pilots for the Dragons who's flown with us before, but he is an incredible pilot, turning 13 this weekend. He was runner-up last year in the FAI World Championship as well, so he's truly truly a real force for this team, and all the other pilots of China Dragons are behind him, but they're all behind the two, and yes, just the two from Cyclone and the Ice Cheetah. Just a little wilder on the corkscrew turn there. Here's Valprim, who's out in the lead again, and so often when we see Valprim cleanly out in front, he's never really seen again by the other racers. That's how quick and good he can be. What about the Ice Cheetah, who's following him down? Now coming to the double here, the A2RL corkscrew on the second lap, and Valprim is a little bit ahead of the Ice Cheetah, and sadly, Zapita and the rest of the Dragons are a long way behind, and WSQ, who was so quick just now, unfortunately he had a full start. That's why there's a red stopwatch next to his time. All that means is he was held back by 1 second. You get a 1 second delay in starting if you jump the start, so it's not keeping him out of the race, but it did delay his start, and unfortunately maybe just a little bit too keen to fight back after that last race. It's going to cost him a few positions in this one. Out in front, just the two of them on the reigning world champions team. Valprim and the Ice Cheetah did exactly what they needed to do. If it's just the two of them versus 4, they've got to come out and score a whole ton of points, and you do that by coming in the top 2 places. Valprim beating the Ice Cheetah, and the China Dragons closer than they were, but still too far behind at the end. Zapita, the quickest of them, coming in 3rd. Valprim getting another win, and the Ice Cheetah was between them both in that really important 2nd place, as it was 8 points all going into this big heat. But with Valprim and then the Ice Cheetah coming in 1st and 2nd, they pick up 7 more points, which makes it 15 points to 11. And that means the China Dragons are eliminated in the DCL Eagle Cup by Cyclone Racing. There's confirmation. That means Cyclone move on to the Rebound round semi-final. They'll be racing against the winner of Phoenix and Raiden. That's Phoenix, who are a new team with some incredibly experienced pilots, and Raiden, who were the previous 2-time world champions in the DCL. What are these teams doing in the elimination brackets? Normally, you'd expect teams like this to be going on a straight route to the grand final. Instead, they're all fighting for their survival. So join us again to find out who is going to continue in the competition and who, sadly, like the China Dragons, are going to get eliminated in the next stage of our World Championship. I'm Matt Andrews, we're the DCL, and we'll see you in the skies.